Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi guys, my name is Muhammad Iman Zulhakim bin Zulkifli and my ID number is 2026104323. Okay.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Tashrina Safia bin Zulaidi. My ID number is 2026101481.
My name is Nushada binti Azhar. My student number is 2026105765.
My name is Fatia binti Sadri and my ID number is 20261017775.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today our group will be presenting for a group project. Our group chose to interview a real business owner and the business we selected is called Mahsuri Mart. Before we begin, let me give a quick overview of what our group will be covering today. We have 6 sessions in total, starting with the business background, followed by business characteristics, then classification of the business, recording process, strength and weakness, and the last one is conclusion. I will be covering for the business background and the business characteristic. So let's get started. So the business we interview is called Mahsuri Mart. It is officially registered under a session. The store is located at UiTM Mambuk, which makes it really convenient for students around the area. Mahsuri Mart is established in 2019, so the business has already been running for a few years now. In terms of ownership, the business is sole proprietorship, meaning that it is fully owned and managed by only one person, and the person is Puan Faizah. Now let me share a little bit about the background. Before she started the business, she was an maths teacher. She also ran her own tuition center and had some experience in the manufacturing industry as well. So she had quite a diverse background before becoming a business owner. So she decided to leave all of that and open the shop because she really loved being around students. She said interacting with students feels very natural and comfortable for her. So instead of being in a classroom, she found a new way to stay close to the student community by opening a store that served them every day. Now let's talk about the capital of the business. The total capital of Mahsuri Mart is 130,000 ringgit. This money came entirely from family support. Her siblings contribute 10,000 ringgit and her parents contribute 20,000 ringgit. And the rest come from her own personal savings. From the total capital, around 130,000 ringgit was used for the initial setup of the store. Things like buying shelf, display racks, and getting the store ready for the operation. The remaining capital was then used for stock and the day-to-day running of the business. Next, the target customer of Mahsuri Mart are mainly students. This makes perfect since the store is located inside the female residential area UiTM Mambuk. And lastly, the main business activity is selling student daily necessities. Things like drinking water, light snacks, sanitary pads, and other basic items that students need regularly. Basically, everything in the store is there to make student life easier and more convenient. Okay, now let's move on to the business characteristics of Mahsuri Mart. Since Mahsuri Mart is a sole proprietorship, it has some specific characteristics that define how the business runs. First, the business is owned by only one person, which is Puan Faizah. She is the sole owner and she manages everything in the business by herself. Second, as a sole proprietorship, Puan Faizah has unlimited liability. This means that if the business have any debt, she is personally responsible for all of it. Third, Puan Faizah has full control over the business. All decisions are made by her alone. Nobody else has the authority to make decisions for the business. And lastly, all the profit goes to Puan Faizah. Since she is the only owner, she does not need to share the profit with anyone else. Whatever the business earns, it all belongs to her. So, those are the main characteristics of Mahsuri Mart as a sole proprietorship business.
And I will explain about classification of item for Mahsuri Mart. The business asset and inventory, Mahsuri Mart has 4 main assets. First, inventory for the goods sold in the shop. This included all food and drink and also daily necessities for the customer needs. Second, Mahsuri Mart has refrigerator for drink and also dessert. This keep cold drink fresh and also store chilled dessert like pudding and jelly. Third, a freezer for ice cream. This is important because ice cream must stay frozen to maintain its quality. Lastly, rack shelf for displaying the product. This help organizing the item neatly so customer can find what they're looking for easily.
Segala peralatan itu aset kita lah. Sebab kita masuk kedai kosong. So kita beli semua baru lah. Seperti ais, rock dan yang sebab dapet ais tu tak muat dengan air untuk campur dessert, kita beli asin pula untuk dessert. Itu semua aset kita lah.
Then we move to the next slide, which is business liability and financing. For the first point, we have debt to supplier. For this business, there's no debt to supplier and also no bank loan. Then, this business started with a small contribution from the owner sibling to begin Mahsuri Mart. After that, the repayment goal is within 1 month only. And lastly, we have the security deposit, which is for the electricity and also the rental. For electricity, costs 9,000 ringgit and the rental costs 4,800 ringgit.
Bila nak start dulu sebab adik-adik ni bagi duit. Orang ni sumbang. Jadi, tak ada hutang lah. Elok menjaga dalam sebulan lebih, ni boleh bayar semua balik. Jadi tak ada hutang lah. Permulaan, kita kena bayar cagaran elektrik, mas. Cagaran 9,000. Lepas tu sewa 4,800 setahun. Bila habis tender, kita dapat balik lah duit tu.
Then we move to another slide, which is other income and expenses. For other income, this business does not have any additional sources of income. It's fully focused on its core operation only. For the business expenses, we have the utility, fuel and transportation costs, and staff salary. The utility, we have the electricity and the rental. The electricity cost is around 500 ringgit per month and the rental is cost around 540 ringgit per month.
Bulanan electricity lah. Electricity ni utility. Dia dalam sekitar 500 ya. Lepas tu petrol umi seminggu 100. Ada anak umi lah bantu umi. Gaji anak umi bagilah sebulan 2,000. Yang lain-lain sebab kita tak nak pakai pekerja, tak ada lah. Sebab apa menjaga sendiri? Sebab kita tak percaya ke orang. Sebab kita kecil je, kita buatlah sendiri. Dia pula umi selesa buat interaksi dengan student. Dia macam anak-anak umi.
I will talk about Mahsuri Mart recording process. So for financial recording method, there has 3 points. The first point is no accounting software or computer system used. The store owner does not use any accounting software or computer system because it is too expensive for a small business. For point number 2 is all transactions are recorded manually. Whenever a transaction occurs, the owner writes down the relevant information to keep track of the business activities. For point number 3 is records are based on daily sales and expenses. The owner records daily sales and expenses and calculates the total cash and QR payments before closing the store. Now, for financial recording process. The process have 4 steps. Step 1 is receive payment from customers. The process begins when customer purchase products and make payments either in cash or through QR payment. Step 2 is record daily sales in the logbook. The owner records the daily sales transaction manually in a logbook to keep track of income. Step number 3 is record stock purchase from suppliers. Any stock purchase from suppliers is also recorded to monitor business expenses and inventory. For the last step is step 4, is calculate the remaining balance or profit at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the owner calculates the total cash and QR payments received to determine the remaining balance or profit.
Today I will present about strength and weakness. Okay, first slide we will go through to the strength. Financial recording process. As guys you know, Umi doesn't use any software or computer system, and Umi just use manual record. Okay, for the first strength, which is using manual record can make work more easier to record goods. And second point, which is using manual record also can know what's goods Umi want to buy. And the third point, which is using manual record also not rely on supplier fully, but Umi always rely on wholesaler to get cheaper prices of goods. Next, we will go to the weaknesses financial recording process. And first point, which is using manual record, it's difficult to trace goods that's lost. And second point, which is weaknesses or financial recording process, it doesn't have assistant to manage financial account for the business. And the last point is using manual recording system, business can get accurate picture of their cash flow. So the conclusion is this project provide a comprehensive evaluation of Mahsuri Mart's financial performance, recording process, strength and weaknesses, and classification of items. Ultimately, while Mahsuri Mart faces standard retail market challenges, its foundation financial accounting practices provide a reliable roadmap for future expansion, risk management, and strategic investment.